It was the case that shocked the nation. A young girl, Tia Sharp, just 12 years old, tragically missing. Our journey takes us back to the summer of 2012. The nation held its collective breath as the search for Tia Sharp dominated news headlines, day in and day out. A bright and vivacious girl, Tia's disappearance left a gaping hole in the hearts of her family and the wider community. As the days turned into weeks, the country was gripped by a chilling suspense. The face of a young girl, full of potential, stared back from every newspaper and television screen. The question on everyone's lips, where is Tia Sharp? The uncertainty was palpable, the hope dwindling with each passing moment. Yet, as the search for Tia Sharp continued, a sinister undercurrent began to emerge. The person responsible for her disappearance was far closer to home than anyone could have imagined. Underneath the surface of this nationwide tragedy, a tale of gross betrayal unravels. The perpetrator wasn't a stranger, but a figure of trust, her own step-grandfather, Stuart Hazell. Stuart Hazell, a man born into the care system, struggled with attachment issues and bore a criminal past. His personal history is a chilling testament to the long-term impact of neglect and abandonment. Hazell, a seemingly charming figure, won over the heart of Tia's grandmother, and as a result, found a way into Tia's life. To Tia, he was a figure of stability amidst the turbulence of her young life. But as the saying goes, appearances can be deceiving. When Tia vanished into thin air, it was the minor inconsistencies in Hazell's alibi that raised eyebrows. The man who was supposed to be her protector, her rock, suddenly became a person of interest. But when Tia disappeared, clues pointed back to Hazell, her so-called protector. Minor discrepancies in his alibi caused investigators to question his innocence. As the search for Tia Sharp intensified, the eyes of the law narrowed on Stuart Hazell. His inconsistent stories, the nervous tics, the avoidance of eye contact, all raised red flags. The man who was supposed to be a beacon of safety in Tia's life was now a prime suspect in her mysterious disappearance. Meanwhile, Tia's family was caught in a whirlwind of emotions. Desperate pleas for her safe return echoed across the nation, their faces etched with worry and despair. The hope of finding Tia alive was dwindling with each passing day, their worst fears inching closer to reality. The dreadful discovery of Tia's body ended the week-long search, exposing Hazell's manipulation and revealing the unimaginable. In the quiet corner of her grandmother's house where she should have been safest, investigators found Tia, a tragic end to a short life, and the horrifying truth of betrayal that no one saw coming. The aftermath leaves us with questions about our social services system and the harrowing effects of betrayal by someone held dear. In the wake of Tia Sharp's tragic disappearance and subsequent murder, a community was left shocked and devastated. The chilling reality that a trusted figure could commit such a heinous act sent ripples of unease and sorrow through every home. The tragedy of Tia's untimely demise resurfaced concerns about the efficacy of our social services system. How did the signs go unnoticed? How did a man with a history of criminality slip through the cracks and into the life of a vulnerable child? These are the questions that haunt us as we grapple with the aftermath of this heartbreaking incident. The community's grief was palpable, but so was their resolve. Tia Sharp, her life and vibrant spirit snuffed out far too soon. She leaves behind a legacy of heartbreak, lost innocence, and the enduring pursuit of justice. But what can we learn from this tragic story? How can we better safeguard our children? The Tia Sharp tragedy leaves us with harsh lessons. It exposes the flaws in our social services system, bringing to light the need for more stringent checks and balances. It shows us how trust can be weaponized and how important it is for us to be vigilant. It reminds us that those who are supposed to protect might sometimes be the ones we need to protect from. This story is a call to action. It's a call to parents, guardians, teachers, neighbors, and communities at large. It's a call to keep our eyes open, to not shy away from uncomfortable questions to ensure the safety of our children. Let's turn our grief into action. Let's strive to prevent another Tia Sharp story from happening. To honor Tia's memory, we ask, what would you do to ensure the safety of children in your community?